Welcome back, everyone. So actually my GoPro just had to clear it first, but anyway, so let me let me start this video over here. What I'm doing today is actually I'm going to put headlight protection film on my new projectors for the Grand Prix, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to protect these lights from rock chips coming on, because I paid a lot of money for these retrofits, but at the same time I want to protect them from turning yellow over time. And headlight protection film will protect you for I know the Expel kit, they rate it 7 years. I don't know what the Laminx kit rates it for. I think it's about the same time frame, 5-7 years time frame. But in order for you to do that, well, let me take a step back. So these are not the corners that came with the headlight assemblies that I was sent from the retrofit. These are actually my clear corners. They actually already have film on them from the Expel kit. Now they no longer make the Expel kit for the 97 to 2003 Grand Prix. They have discontinued that some time ago. So I had to actually just get Laminx sheets because I couldn't find. I could have got the Expel sheets. I just didn't. You know, Laminx is actually closer, and I wanted them to come in quicker. So I had a Laminx sheet. I just cut it out for the headlight. I already have one headlight on the car. I don't think you can see it because my camera's in the way, and I just finished that one. So I actually just bought the sheets so I could just cut out a template. Now, because they don't make the template anymore, I had tried it with another spare piece to just put the sheet on there and then try to trim it and cut it to where I want. That was a little bit more difficult with these headlight assemblies because they have these little pegs on here, and these are actually alignment pins from the factory. They would align your headlights, which I don't really need them anymore. But if you cut them, then you have to kind of sand them and do the whole thing. I don't want to do that. So I went through my bag of goodies and actually found an old Expel kit, which is what I have here. It's the Expel 1002, which is the headlamp. Had you already used the corner ones, and of course you get the fog lights. So if I ever want to go back to the factory fog lights, I can just pop these on there. But I actually have these on another set on the glass housings that I have in there. They've protected pretty well, and it comes with the squeegee on this kit. But again, this kit was discontinued so long ago that they don't make it. So I got lucky, and I kind of show you the way that this fits. So this fits in here. See, it's got the cutouts for the pegs in there, and it just lines up. So the part that the film covers is just really this clear piece. This textured area here is covered by the hood, over here by the bumper, and over here on the bottom by the bumper. This part's exposed a little bit, so I'm just gonna have to ceramic coat this. But again, that's what it would look like. So what I ended up doing is I took the Laminx film and I actually just laid this on whatever side I'm using. I don't even know which side this is. I think it's this side. I don't remember which template it was, but whatever template it was, I gotta see which one it is. Oh, it's this way. So I ended up laying the template down like so, and I ended up just cutting out. I ended up just scoring the film with the blade on here, and I already cut out where the little pieces come out here. So I already cut these pieces out. Now it's not perfect, but again, it's good enough to where nobody's gonna really notice it. So because I didn't want to use up this kit because it's discontinued, so I just use this as a template. And then you know, kind of wish I had the template for my Grand Prix, my Camaro, because it was a pain in the butt to cut that film. So when you buy the Laminx sheets, you get the blade and you get a squeegee. I'm not going to use the squeegee that comes with it because it's a hard plastic one, like the one in this kit here. And if you use the hard plastic one, it will scratch the film. So I have another one here that I use that's got a felt liner on here already. So if you guys follow Obsessed Garage, he's friends with the guy from Presidential Detailing, and you know that he has his car PPF, and we're gonna do the same thing, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So the first thing is you want to wipe down your light with CarPro eraser or equivalent, and it doesn't really matter, some sort of IPA wipe. and really because this is going to get any oils that I may have gotten from my fingers on here, because I've been handling these for a while. And I'll go back to what the presidential detailing things. Let me just put this aside because I'm no longer going to use that. So the reason I mentioned presidential detail is because when they paint protection film their cars, they actually put a ceramic spray sealant on there, and it made sense after they do the correction. But again, they put the ceramic spray sealant on the car. The reason being is if later on you take off that film, it comes off easier and it doesn't really damage the paint. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to use CarPro Reload. Let me just open this up to the spray pattern. Put a couple sprays on there. Primarily I'm going to focus on the part that the film's going to cover. The rest of the area I'm going to be end up coating with CarPro DLUX. So I'm just trying to get that area, let that sit for a little bit until it flashes most of it off. And I'll come back with the dry side, and we'll remove it so that I don't get any high spots underneath the film. So Laminx, now if you're going to lay down the film, you can actually use a slip solution of your liking, you know, baby shampoo or mixed with water. Laminx, they actually says you can actually just use filtered water, so that's what I'm going to be using in that spray bottle. So I'm no longer going to use that. And this is what I have in here is just straight up water. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this. Let me get my heat gun out of the way. Use that later. So we're going to just go ahead and spray the water on there, and I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. Make sure you wash your hands before you start touching the film. And I may have to cut some of this because I try to score it as best I could. I'm trying to see where I cut this so I can. And one thing I learned is if let me get this over here real fast, is if you want to peel up an edge, just cut the edge here and then it'll follow that edge. I already have a line there. It'll follow the scored edge you have, which I may have to go a little deeper. Except this film's pretty thick. It's like 8 mils thick. No, that's right, because I didn't go all the way through here. So it's a little difficult to work with, but again, just do your best here. You have to cut this a little more. See if I can peel up one of these sides. There we go. So you just peel off your excess pieces on here. I'm just going to stick it on the back because I don't need it. And I'm going to go ahead and start peeling this off. See, like this edge, I didn't cut it that well, so take the blade, just go ahead and score it a little deeper, and then you will peel off the rest. And I just need to cut this piece here. I didn't cut it deep enough here. There we go. So just get rid of that excess there for a second. So now I have a piece of film peeled off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the back of the film. If you can, leave the film, spray a little bit more, leave the film so that it sits overnight so that you can flatten it out. I tried to do that and it kind of rolled up on me again. And you're just going to line this up as best as you can. One thing I found out is that template's not 100% perfect, but once you start laying it out, it's fine. I need to go a little bit more this way. So you're just going to keep playing around until you get the fitment is where you want it. Okay, and so then we're going to take the squeegee, and what I've been doing is I've been taking the squeegee, putting it in the towel here, and then I work center out. And you want to try to get as much of the water out as you can. Like I said, if it doesn't stick down right away, that's perfectly fine, because we're going to use the heat gun to kind of squeeze out any more excess water. And then I'll show you what it looks like after you're done. Let me switch over to another dry side here. You can actually wrap the the squeegee that came with the kit. You can actually wrap that in a towel as well. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heat gun, and we're going to just work slowly. So you're going to heat it up. It doesn't need to get super hot. Just put this down on the ground. We're going to take the squeegee again, and we're going to work from the center out. And I'm working the edges here so that they stays down. Now you're probably going to have a couple air bubbles. That's perfectly fine. In order to get them out, just get a needle and poke over it, and then it'll dry out on you. But again, I'm going to leave these out in the car, and they're going to sit there. Like I'm going to have an air bubble right smack here in the center here. Like I'm going to have one right here. I can actually tell I'm going to have one. But it'll come out. Okay, so I got that center portion worked in there. Trying to make sure that the edges don't come up. I'm going to have to trim this off here. It's water, I think. No, it's excess film. I didn't cut it right. Okay. And we're going to just work little by little just to get this off. Okay, so we've got this tacked down there pretty good. I probably could have trimmed it up a little bit right here. I'm not going to worry about it. It'll still stick. It'll still stick up here. So again, I'm just going to heat up my edges real quick. I'm just going to go over it. one last time to make sure that they don't come up. Because right here I notice it's sticking straight up, so. Alright, so it looks like it's stuck down there pretty good. I'm just going to warm it up right there one more time so that it bends to that curve. And that's all there is to putting it on there. So if you guys want to protect your headlights, now you know it's not going to have the most optimum optical clarity, and I just mentioned that right off the bat. See if I can get the towel in here. You know, it is going to look a little off, but again, do you want to protect your headlights, or do you want chips on your headlights? It's completely up to you. If you do a lot of highway driving, I would just put it on there. If your car is more of a show car, I would just go ahead and I would just leave it off. Okay, so it's stuck on there pretty well. So I'm going to probably get an air bubble in a couple spots, like right here. I'm going to get one. You know, just poke it with a needle. I may just let it see if it'll go away in the sun. If not, I'll just poke it through with the needle right there, and then I'll just pop the air out of it. So that's why I put it back in the car. I'm going to let the sun bake it for a little bit, and then we're going to see what it looks like the next day. But I don't know if you can see it. It's going to look funky for a little bit because of all the water that's in there. But again, the sun's going to dry that out quite a bit. Let me flip this towel over. I think I need a clean side here. What I'm going to do is we're going to wipe this down one more time. One more time. And I'll show you why I'm going to wipe it down. Let me get this bottle out of the way. Get this out of the way. I'm going to wipe down this entire thing here. Put this blade out of the way. Like I said, if you just cut it to where you think it's how much you want to cover, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, the idea is just to protect your lights. I mean, this thing's not cut up perfect. You know, I can still see some excess film here that I didn't cut very well. So I'll just peel that off real fast. I'll just cut that with the blade, like a loose string. Alright, okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my glove on. Okay, so I'm going to take this suede that I cut right here. I'm going to take some Cquartz skin, which is meant for PPF and vinyl. Just put some product on there. Close this up. Use my new coating bottle holder there for a second. And we're going to put this on the PPF. Cross-hatch pattern. I'm not going to use the suede block or any of that stuff. I don't need to for this. And I haven't done this corner yet, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on there. The amount of product I put on here is plenty. I could do 4 headlights with the film on there. Right. And you can put any coating on here that you want. I just have Cquartz skin, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off. I'm just using the Costco Kirkland microfiber that it's has been dedicated for no more usage, and Cquartz skin will start to beat up on the surface. Now you don't have to put anything on there because the film has a layer on it already, but I want to put just a little extra protection on there. Cquartz skin is not going to affect your hydrophobic layer that on there, nor will a regular paint coating. So I'm just wipe this off, and you can put a second coat if you want, but you have to wait 4 hours in between the second coat. I may do it after the first wash. Okay, just wipe this off. I'm just going to go to a clean side here on this side, and make sure we got no high spots. What I like about skin is it's pretty darn slick. Just make sure this is sitting in there. Okay. I'm going to flip my tail over because I'm going to use the other side here. Now on the other side, on this exposed area here and up here, I'm going to use CarPro DLUX. So it's dedicated for plastics like headlights, tail lights, trim. You can use it on wheels. You can actually use a paint coating if you wanted to. Okay, and I'm going to go on the clear edge here around the PPF, and so this is going to be giving me some protection, a sacrificial layer to protect the factory piece. I'm going to put on this little peg here. If it does get on the film, it's okay. Then I'm going to protect this plastic trim here. Flip this around. Pretty much whatever the film's not touching, that's what I'm going to use DLUX for. Okay, so I can toss that one away and toss that one away. And DLUX sets up pretty fast. Again, you can use a paint coating all the way across. I just have plenty of stuff to use, and I want to wipe this down. DLUX tends to cure pretty fast, so it's pretty much wipe on, wipe off. Just go over to the clean side here and wipe this off. Like I said, even if a little got on the film, it's not going to hurt it. I already have skin on there. I'll wipe this down here. And then that DLUX will protect this plastic trim piece here. Alright, flip over to the clean side here. So this video is going to be a little longer because I'm going through the entire process. I'll edit for you guys. You can actually just fast forward to whatever areas interest you, and I'll list the products that I used if you guys are interested. But again, that's all there is to putting protection film on your headlights. Once it starts to cure and the sun starts to kind of bake out the moisture that's in there, it'll become clear. I mean, look at this one's pretty clear, and I think with Expel they recommend using an IPA mixture with water. So I mean, I got trace residue in here because it probably wasn't clean water, but I mean, it's pretty clear. That's really all there is to it. I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the car, and I'm actually done. So I will post a picture of what these look like once all this. I'll come back a few days later and I'll post up another video to show you what it looks like once this I don't know if you guys, if I can get in there close enough. I think I can. And I'll take another video where it shows up where this has cleared up a little bit as it's baked in the sun, and I think that'll give you guys confidence that yeah, you have no problems putting it on there. And again, if I ever want to rip it off, you know, I can just do that also, and just heat it up real slowly and peel it up. It's not easy to take off this film. It's not going to damage your headlights. Again, I figured I'd show you a different method than what we're accustomed to, with just using a slip solution in the back, no ceramic sealant. It's got to be clean and all that, but it's stuck just fine and it's not going to fall off. So again, thanks for watching. So this one's a little longer. I'll link all the products that I used on here. If you guys are interested in picking those up and trying this on your own, like I said, I'd rather protect my expensive headlight than actually buying a brand new one. Although lights for the Grand Prix are cheap, but I mean, some of the newer lights are more expensive, and like I said, I paid a lot of money for these retrofits. I want to maintain them as long as I can. As long as I have the car, I want these headlights to look fantastic, because I paid a lot of money for these. So again, thanks for watching. Any questions, comments, go ahead and put them down below, and I'll get up to them as soon as I see them. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.